Hello everyone, welcome to Nerd Scrolls. Today I'm going to be answering your questions you left in my previous Q&A announcement video. The gameplay you are seeing is from a game called Hammerwatch, which was given to me by a subscriber called Rythcos, so thank you Rythcos. So without further ado, let's get on with the questions. GZR Gaming asks, what inspired you to get into Dungeons & Dragons in the first place? What inspired me to get into Dungeons & Dragons? Well, I guess it started from a channel called Node, which is the gaming channel of Corridor Digital. And when I checked out their channel one day, they had started a homebrewed campaign of 5th edition D&D called Call of the Wild, and I started watching it, and they're using full miniatures, 3D buildings and playmats and everything, so I started watching it and I really enjoyed it. I got into the character creation, the story, the combat, the mechanics, the magic and everything like that, and it really got me interested. And so after they finished that, I started looking around more until I finally came across Dawnforgecast, and so I started watching him, and then that kind of tipped me over to create my own channel where I talk about D&D. And then the first time I actually got into anything like that was when I tried the Dungeons & Dragons board game Castle of Ravenloft with three friends, and that was my first kind of experience with anything Dungeons & Dragon related. Then it kind of just escalated from there, getting the starter set, Warhammer, and then all the D&D manuals. Dark Gage asks, will you do subscriber D&D campaign connected to Skype and do sessions of D&D using Skype? That's a good question, Dark Gage. I've been thinking about doing that for a while. I've actually talked to a few of my friends about setting that up, so it's easier for us to have sessions of D&D without having to go into town and without the problems of trying to go to the same place on a Friday, since it can get quite busy, or some of us are just too tired to go into town. So I've been thinking about doing that. I really like the concept of it. I like the concept of being able to play with subscribers and doing D&D without having to arrange dates and without having to arrange meeting places and everything. It seems like a really good idea. It might be a bit difficult to execute with different time zones, but I'm pretty sure I could find a way, and with some people like you who obviously are really enthusiastic to do it, I will probably do something like that, and I can't say when that will happen, but that probably will happen in the near future. Fernando DS asks, what inspires you when you come up with encounters or adventures in general for your players? What inspires me? Well, I guess it's quite an easy question to answer. I normally get inspiration from films such as rewatching Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit and seeing how combat works in there, or seeing how they kind of plan out all the cinematography, or watching ideas and encounter videos from Dawnforgecast, who does epic encounters and how to incorporate some situations into your campaigns. So I normally watch either videos from other tabletop channels such as Dawnforge or Nerdarchy, or I watch fantasy films or just TV shows like Game of Thrones and stuff, like watching how their combat works, or I just play video games like Dragon's Dogma, Examiner, and other games to see how I can kind of incorporate different combat styles. But I generally just watch films, play games, or watch videos from other people to see what encounters or adventures I should do. Job2104 asks, who are you guys? How many of you are there? Names and perhaps relationships between each other? Have your experiences in YouTube been what you expected? And what do you guys enjoy doing and eating the most? Thank you for the 3 questions. I actually really enjoy answering long questions. So firstly, who are you guys? This may be surprising to some people but quite obvious to others, but I am only one person. This channel only belongs to me. I have had other people in videos for my short films, but this is only a one-man channel. I know some people can get a bit confused with that, but if you check my about section on my channel page, you'll be able to see that I'm just a one-man channel. Obviously relationship between each other, I can't answer that because it's just me. Have your experiences in YouTube been what you expected? Yes, this is actually my 3rd channel. I made one before for my first channel when I was really young. That was dreadful because I was young, stupid, and didn't know how to talk proper English. My 2nd channel, still quite bad, but I was a bit more mature, so at least I could speak proper English, but I was still stupid. But this channel, I'm pleased with this channel. I'm a mature, at least in my eyes. I'm not stupid, at least in my eyes, and I can speak proper English, sometimes. So I'm pleased with this, and my experience on YouTube has been quite enjoyable. I just like the kind of aspect of YouTube. What do you guys enjoy doing? So what do I enjoy doing? if that just means what do I enjoy doing outside of YouTube, gaming, watching films, writing D&D campaigns, so writing campaigns, encounters, characters. I do actually just enjoy writing up characters on character sheets on PDF files, just as I find that quite fun, and it gives me opportunities to put them as NPCs. I like watching stuff like Game of Thrones and Merlin, because I get inspiration for them from encounters, and I just really enjoy watching them. They're some of my favourite shows, sorry. Otherwise, I just like playing D&D outside of YouTube, since every Thursday, as people know, I go to a play session where I'm actually playing for the first time. And as a catch-up, since I haven't done a video about that in 2 weeks, it's going very well. I'm actually enjoying being a player. I get quite nervous when I speak as a player though, so it's not. I think I prefer to DM now, since at the beginning I said I like doing it. It's just, I'm not sure if it's just I get nervous around people. I have terrible social anxiety, which is incredibly weird, since I can do drama, since I'm taking a drama GCSE, since I act in front of people, so I don't get that scared when I act in front of people. But some people say, well, you're acting in front of them as another character. But I don't know, sometimes I just feel a bit foolish while I do it. Sometimes I just shut down and I just get really freaked out and scared. But that's just me, and hopefully I can overcome that. What do you do? What do you enjoy eating the most? What do I enjoy eating the most? Salmon. I'm a massive salmon fan. Salmon and rice, lemon juice over the salmon, some salt over the rice and salmon. That is my favourite meal. I could eat that for days. Chicken, love chicken. Chicken from KFC. Some other chickens, I love chicken. Meat, just generally love meat. Artists love all fatty foods. Cakes, love cakes. Sugary food, love sugary food. I am like the fat kid without the fat. I just love food most of the time, if I can be bothered to eat. So that is it for Jarv's questions. Thank you for these questions. Also at the end he says, keep up the great work. PS, sorry for the posting 3 questions. It's not a problem. Anyone can post as many questions as they like. Just make sure you kind of keep them focused. Well, focus? No, just throw them away. Just questions. Throw questions at me. I don't mind. Max asks, what interested you in tabletop gaming? What interested me in tabletop gaming? Exactly the same as what Cheezer Gaming said with what got me into D&D. It's basically the same, just the premise of watching other people play certain things, watching channels go on about it, the extensive lore, and all of the enjoyment you can have from tabletop gaming. But a bit more to add to it, I love the idea of being able to have a good time and have a detail-rich story with amazing lore, without the need of computer screens, without the need of any visual representation, mostly without visual representation, without having to have actual controller gameplay or just any video game style. I like the idea of being able to have a good time without having to play video games, which is quite funny, since at school quite a few people say to me, mainly the stupid people, say to me, how can you enjoy something that is just literally just a sheet of paper on the table? And I say to them swiftly, you use your imagination. You should have one. You should have some imagination, which is always my swift reply. But I just love the idea of tabletop gaming. I just love it in general. Just love it, love it, love it. I'm just crazy for it. It's like my addiction. I'm addicted to tabletop. Red Star Pirate asks, what creature or scenes would you love to see happen in your tabletop games? And, greedy second question, who are your inspirations generally, YouTube, etc., not just gaming? What creatures and scenes would I like to see in my encounters, or just encounters in general? I'm trying to interpret this as best, so I think what you mean is something like, what would I like to see as GMing or being a player? So, if I were to think about scenes and stuff that I'd like to see, I'd like to successfully kind of DM a war, so between armies, and having players be on the front lines. What else? Creatures, I'd like to actually successfully DM a dragon into it, because I know a few of my friends have always wanted it. Well, one friend in particular, Wayne, if you're watching, has always wanted to face a dragon, but I've never been able to properly DM it in my mind. I've never been able to see how I could fit it in properly without him sounding just like a regular creature. So that's always been the problem, so I've always struggled with that. And for the second question, what are my inspirations? My inspirations are Node, as they first introduced me to it. Dawnforgecast is a serious inspiration. I wouldn't be anywhere without that guy. So thank you, Dawnforgecast, for this. I would not be anywhere without him, as he gave me advice. He he gave me the shout out for once. This channel probably would still be at like 30 subscribers without this guy. This guy is like amazing. Thank you so much. So, and also without his videos has given me so much just inspiration for doing my own. So thank you, Dawn Forgecast, you are amazing. And thank you, Red Star Pirate, for your question. Now on to the next one. Wraith Kos asks, what are some things you plan on doing in the future for your videos? What are plans for future videos? Well, as I've said, I plan on doing Skype D&D sessions. I plan on having a lot more short films out in the future, probably in the distant future, as right now it's very hard to organise short films. So there'll be a few kind of short films scattered throughout the months, but in the future when I'm older and I've got like sustainable budget for films, they'll probably be out quite regularly, as my future ambition is to become a film director, so I will be doing a lot more films, a lot more D&D stuff, and hopefully a lot more proper recorded campaigns where everyone's around the table with miniatures. Something similar to Node's campaign, probably just without all of the effects and all of the proper miniature boards. But I do plan on having a lot more D&D content, and hopefully when Total War Warhammer comes out in April, there will be a lot of Total War Warhammer content on the channel, as I am looking forward to this game. The hype is real and it is not going away. I've been looking forward to this game for ages, ever since I tried out the demo EGX. My god, I can't wait for this game. So thank you, Wraith Kos, for your question. So that concludes our Q&A. I do plan on doing more of these in the future as I gain more subscribers to answer more questions they may have. But thank you for watching. If you like this, leave a like, comment and subscribe for more nerdy content. And don't be afraid to leave general questions in the comments in later videos. I am always happy to answer them. This is just a special kind of Q&A just to see how it would work and just see how I can edit one. But this is just general, but feel free to leave questions that you'd like to know about me, my life, or any of my D&D interests, so just leave those in the comments and I will see all of you in the next video. Farewell.